in a speech class before, and I thought that I spoke very well. But what I didn't realize was that there's levels to this game.
Yeah,
there are levels to this,
dude.
right? There's something that someone can speak on camera, but what about your cadence? How do you bring people in? Are you able to engage with anybody? ¿Hablas otro idioma? Do you know the content that you're putting out there, or is it something that you're reading off of? If you haven't noticed, none of us have sheets in front of us because this is things that we know.
Zero.
We're not making this stuff up as we go, and there's not a prompter behind us, right? This is information that we've been able to cultivate, and now having a team like these guys, I can pass that information on to them. Chris can tell you that, even on the funny component of it, not necessarily funny, but the social media component of it, where people are looking for virality. Chris met Garyvee in the lobby when he was closing his $300 million NFT deal. Posted it on social, right? These are the relationships that are out there. These people may seem like they're very unattainable, but you could touch them. Chris, in our San Diego conference that we went down there and you met Garyvee, how many times did this man repost your story?
Man, it was so many, man. It was so crazy, man. It was like 4 or 5 times. And I'm just like, what and it's crazy because the reason I did social media was because of him. Right. And the full circle, man. Right. I go back and I think, I'm like, man, when I was able to see him, I was all on my own. I was with Jesus, and he told me to head on first without him. I'm like, all right, let's see what we encounter. And I couldn't believe it that I met the guy that made me want to do what I'm doing. And so gracious, so humble, man. He's on the call while he's selling his NFT for world record price, and he still was able to give me a picture. I'm just like, man, that's amazing. And it just more than anything cemented, my conviction for what I was doing. I'm like, I'm on the right path, because it wouldn't have been like this if it wasn't, because I was the only one that saw him. Yeah. I was the only one that got a picture before he started to talk. So I'm like, yeah, this is a sign that I'm on the right path.
What year was this again?
This was 2021.
21, yeah.
21.
Wow, dude, it was like during the heart of like things opening up and stuff too, right? So that really pays off.
Those things again, right? Like, look, what I tell people about social media is that you got to be careful, because there's this culture out there of like fake it till you make it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because you never make it. Right? You're supposed to fake it until you become it.
Yes, sir.
Right?
You
learn it. You go through that. You eat that. You go through that whole process so that you're in that place, right? So then for Chris to meet this person, right? And then this was the first national conference that he had ever been to, right? And the reason that he got there was because the month before he had outproduced everybody. So what do we do as a team? You recognize the people that are putting in the work, right? Yeah. And collectively as a team, we voted, and Chris got to come with me to this first national conference. On his first national conference, he meets Garyvee, takes a photo with him on a historic NFT deal for like $300-something million. And this man is so calm about it, he tells Chris. First he hears Chris do his Chris. Right?
Dude, what's wrong with you?
And he's just like, But then tells him, look, man, I can't do a video. I'm on the phone, but you want to take a picture? And then throws up the that's the thing. I'm in a meeting because I couldn't go with Chris, as he mentioned. I told him, you go up ahead, get a space for us for where Gary's going to speak, and I'll catch up with you after I finish this meeting. When I look at my social media account, right, not to see where Chris is, right, not to call Chris on the phone to be like, hey, where are you? But I see he posted a story, so I'm going to know where he is. And the first picture I see is my boy with the 5 up, Garyvee on the phone. I was like, what?
Hell yeah, dude.
Like, this just happened. This is reality, right?
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
And then think about it like this, right? For us, we look at Garyvee because he's gotten to a certain level. Mm-hmm. And it's because of the consistency that man has, the discipline that he has, right? What you don't realize is you have that same impact on the people that are around you. You have no idea how many people we've talked to that said, I found you on TikTok. I follow you on Instagram, right?
That's so true.
I didn't think that, whatever. And it's that same level that we're on. Obviously, he's on a bigger scale. We're not trying to compare ourselves to Gary, right? Mm-hmm. But in the sense that you can be that voice for your community, right? You can be that voice for the people who don't understand this process, right? Yeah. And then that's where the brand really takes off.
1,000%.
Because you're not faking it till you make it.
Off, man. That's
you made it already, right? You're this person, right? Why I pushed my team to use social media, and I even did social media calendars for them, is because I know something. The more reps you get, the stronger you get. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So even in that moment that maybe Chris hadn't closed an FHA 203K loan, but I gave him the guidelines of what the program was. I needed him to get comfortable with the vernacular that comes into that.
Yes.
I needed people to understand that we have the capacity to do this type of loan. And not just for people who speak Spanish, people speaking, anyone who wants to purchase a property, right? And that's where this brand part starts to come out, right? Where like, what's the brand? People think that my brand is my beard, right? Because that's the name of my company, Trust the Beard, right? The reason that I have a brand is because of the consistency in my business.
Yeah.
Me being around for 20 years is an accident. Me helping hundreds of families get into their homes, right, is not an accident. We learned how to do this, right? And then the brand that came behind it was ask people, who's the guy to call if you have a problem with a loan? I'll clean it up, man. I know how to do this business. There's nothing in it that like, scares us now, right? But that's where I think with most people, they get distracted by what their brand is. Your brand isn't the clothes that you wear, the name brand shit that you have on. Your brand is your discipline as a professional to bring education to your clients. And if you're out of that space, look at the career that you're in, and maybe you need to do something different.
So true. And it even ties into like your branding. Like when you specifically speak about brand, I'm like, dude, you've been in it for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
I knew who you were without even meeting you before. And even you weren't even in Chicago.
Right.
So to me, it's like, fuck, like I know Jesus Neri, and I've never met him before. He's not even in my perimeter.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even close by here in my proximity. But to me, it just shows the power of branding and stuff, and the continuous reps. If you're consistent and stuff, how you can build it and stuff and reach not even like local level or state level or now national even levels. So to me, that's just a testament as well. It's like shit. Like I kind of see like a future version. I was like, damn, like this guy's just like something I want to be in later on down the line. So to me, it's just more of you have to align yourself with what really attracts you and stuff, and people who are like in the same purpose and vision and stuff. So to me, it's like I feel like you guys just really match that.